today we're looking at this little rabbit. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Casualistic, and hi to all my new subscribers, thank you for joining me. So today we're looking at this little rabbit. I'm absolutely in love with this. It's I think one of my favourite things that I've made. So we're going to be looking at this, and then I'll do a little update about what's been going on with me at the end. So those of you who don't want to watch the waffle at the end can just skip it then. So the pattern for this little rabbit is actually from Simply Crochet magazine. So I'll just give you a little close up with round. I love his little tail. So it's from, the pattern is actually in Simply Crochet magazine. It's in issue 54, which is that issue there. And the pattern is on page 45. So this is what the rabbit looks like in the magazine. So I don't think I've got it too far off. I did get the legs a little bit far apart, and I've not quite got the head angled the same. But we'll go into that in a minute. So that's the pattern. I can't really obviously show you because it's obviously copyrighted, so that's where you get the pattern from anyway. Pattern was pretty straightforward, all in US single crochets, UK double crochets. So it took a while to make. It took me a good week to make this. Actually, I did enjoy making it. Sewing it together, the instructions really weren't that great. I found with some amigurumis that the sewing instructions can be really quite thorough, and you can get it like exactly as it is in the picture, and other ones you just can't. The arms weren't too bad to sew on. The head I found really quite difficult, and you probably can't notice it on camera, but it's not perfectly straight. It's very slightly skewed, which I didn't realise till I finished sewing it in, and it was one of those I can't be bothered to do it again. It does tell you the positioning for the eyes, which I found really helpful. The ears I kind of went by the picture. I have seen pictures on Instagram where people have actually put the ears next to each other at the back and sort of made them fold back like that, but I kind of like them like that, sort of makes them cuter. The bit I found the most difficult was actually sewing these on, and this one's come a bit loose, so I'm going to have to do it. There was no instructions for sewing the feet on. It didn't say how close together. In the picture they're more like that, and mine have kind of flared out. So the sewing instructions were, in all honesty, rubbish. The pattern itself was very good. So, and the only other thing was with the body, it didn't actually tell you which bit was the front and which was the back, which looks obvious when it's stuffed and put together, but it wasn't obvious until I started fiddling about. The picture didn't really show the bum, if that makes sense. A lot of it with the assembly instructions said refer to picture, which was okay, but you could only see the picture from a certain angle, so it did make it more tricky. But I've managed to suss it out, but it did take me a little while, and a bit of head scratching and putting the head on one way, and just without stowing it and fiddling about before I could work it out. Just had complete brain fart with that one, but got there in the end. So that's him. So the yarn I've used, the pattern calls for a 3mm hook, so that is what I've used. For the body, I've used a yarn that Marie from Marie Knit Crochet Mad actually sent me, which was something I won in her Instagram competition. This was the only grey I had, but it actually was about the right colour. The pattern actually called for, let me look. The pattern actually called for 3 Bears Yarn Affection Cotton DK, which was 100% cotton yarn, in 2 balls of silver grey and 1 ball of baby pink. That's what it called for. The safety eyes are 8mm, and you need a 5cm or 2-inch pom-pom for the tail. So I use this. I very rarely use the yarns that the pattern calls for, to be quite honest with you. Otherwise I'd be permanently skint. So, well, I am permanently skint, but even more skint. But so this yarn is just check. Yep, it's a Signet yarn. So it's Signet Payto DK, and the shade is 917. So it's a light grey, not a bad yarn. It's not the softest yarn I've ever used. Occasionally did snag on the hook. I think it's because I was using a 3mm. It made it snag slightly more. I do find the smaller hooks with any kind of double knit, I do find it snags a little bit more. I'm not sure if it's the way I crochet or not, but probably is. But so that was what I used for the body. For the tail, I did use one of my pom-pom makers that I've obviously shared in my Christmas gift haul. So it's the first time I've had to use one of those. Actually really easy to use, much easier than the cardboard technique. Highly recommend them. So for the tail I used, no great surprise, Mariner double knit. And the shade is 040 and it's white, which is one of the newer codes. You will find with me, ooh, hello. You're going to focus? There we go. Welcome back. Lost you there for a minute. Yeah, for those of you that are new to the channel, you will find I use a lot of Mariner double knit. I'm not sponsored in any way, it's just that it is a cheap yarn. I'm a carer on a very tight budget, and it's something I have a lot of, because I can get it in all different shades, and double knit is double knit, isn't it? So you will find that some of the codes are older and some of the codes are newer, so the older ones obviously won't apply anymore. So the yarns I'm showing today are newer codes, so you shouldn't have to worry. So for the little mouth, which obviously is just stitched as a cross, and then for the feet, which were, this is all crocheted as one piece, and then obviously the 3 top parts of the paw were obviously crocheted. It's just 2 rounds of single crochet, that's US terms, or double crochet UK terms. So basically you had to make 6 of the little discs and then 2 of these, and they're just stitched on, which was actually easy to do, stitching those on. So that is done in Mariner double knit again, and the shade is 046 and it's called Pink. There we go. So that's the yarn that I've used. Yeah. So despite the problems of sewing the legs on, because when you sew it at the bottom the legs were kind of flopping forward, so I've had to put some stitches further up to attach to the body. Don't know if that's the correct way of doing it, but that's just kind of, you know, how I fudge things sometimes. But on the whole, I think this is one of my most favourite amigurumis for finished result that I've made. I do love the little tail, so cute. Now this was originally intended to, I was going to send it to Woolly Hugs for part of the Belarus children's project, which will be for children that are victims of the Chernobyl disaster, and it will be basically as a Christmas present because they don't have anything, they're very, very poor. So this originally was intended for that. However, my friend that I care for has fallen in love with it and asked if she can have it. So I've let her have it because it's not yarn that's been donated by anybody. It is yarn that I won in a competition. I did kind of fall in love with myself, so I was kind of struggling to let it go. Do you ever make things like that just occasionally where you just not sure you can let it go? That was one of them. So you may find that I may make another one. I probably will go for a brown next time, just because I've got slightly more of that. I used a whole ball of the grey plus a little bit, so this isn't actually 100 grams anymore. I think it was the ears that I had just to make out of that, so I've used a fair bit of that. I centre pull my yarns, just in case you're wondering why it still looks intact. I don't like yarn going everywhere. Although the only thing with that is you get a lot of yarn vomit. The struggle is real. So yeah, so that's my finished bunny. So I'm really pleased with him, apart from the feet trauma. On the whole, once I figured it out, I recommend the pattern. If you've done amigurumis before, you should be fine. So I really love him. So what should we name him? That's a, or her. I think it's a her. She looks more like a girl, actually. Yeah, let's think of a name for her. What should we call her? And the majority will win. Oh dear. Right, so as far as an update is concerned, you may remember the last video I put up. I said that well, not the very last one, but the last one where you actually physically saw me, not the tutorial. I said that I was starting to not feel very well. That's still the case. All of last week I was struck down with the most chronic sort of flu type bug. Haven't felt that ill for a very long time. So I was ill for the whole of last week. I thought I was on the mend, but in the sort of last night and this morning I've started running in temperature again. So I'm feeling a bit warm right now. I'm still coughing. I'm kind of trying to stifle it because I really don't want to cough on camera. So I'm still not feeling 100%. I'm a lot better than I was, but I'm still not great. And my friend that I care for has now gone down with it, so she's very, very ill. So we've kind of been playing tag team with caring for each other. She kind of pushed herself a bit last week to try and sort of make my life a little easier. So now I'm doing sorry, excuse me, that came out of nowhere. So as you can see, I'm still not well. So what I'm doing is I'm recording this and another video today, while I sort of feel vaguely up to it. I just don't want to over push myself by doing several videos during the week. I thought it was easier just to get them done in one hit. I do have another video that was pre-recorded a couple of weeks ago. Sorry. Should have got a drink beside me, shouldn't I? Yeah, a video that I recorded a couple of weeks ago with a little teddy bear that I made that was actually a friend, for a friend in Malaysia, so I was waiting for that to arrive. I think I have mentioned it on a previous video. So that was recorded a couple of weeks ago, so that will be the next video after this one. So I will try and get that up this week. And I'm also going to record today, I'm going to record a yarn haul that I've received from the lovely Carol. And I will be linking all her, she's not a YouTuber but she's an Instagrammer, so I will be linking her Instagram for that. Yeah, and so again it'll be yarn that's been donated for me to use towards Woolly Hugs stuff. So and there's also yarn that she's donated towards my giveaway. And I'm thinking that I will probably record the giveaway probably next week. Once I'm feeling a bit more up to it and I've sort of worked out what rules and stuff to do. So the 100 subscriber, even though we're at 232 subscribers at the time I'm recording this, can't believe how quickly I've gone from 100 to over 200. It's mind-blowing. So I will be doing a giveaway. It will be a yarn giveaway. I'm going to do it just as that, just because, you know, whether you're a crocheter or a knitter, then it's appropriate for everybody, because I don't want anyone to be left out. So that will be recorded next week, the giveaway. So this week it will be obviously you've had this one. Then it will be the teddy bear video, which I recorded 2 weeks ago, and then the yarn haul, and hopefully that will then take us into next week when, touch wood, it's any wood I've got around here, yeah, hopefully I'll be feeling a lot better, and it'll be a bit easier to keep talking and stuff. So you may find on the yarn haul video that you may find me with a cup of tea, just to sort of stop me from coughing. It's one of those really dry, tickly, annoying coughs. I've managed to get round to the local shop. We've got some shops around the corner, so I managed to get some lemon. I've already got some honey in, so I'm going to start doing that as well. Stuff that my mum and nan used to make me have when I was a kid, so that sometimes helps. I'm going to do some of that, and I've got some cough medicine today because I'd run out of the one I've been using, so I'm dosing myself up. But yeah, it's not good. Cough, temperature, runny nose, all kind of gross and horrible. I've had some other symptoms, but we won't go into that. But yeah, so I'm waffling because, as you know, I tell you what, this week I've had the biggest brain farts this week. Just my brain just does not want to cooperate with me. Even just the most simple things like making a cup of tea, I'll stand there trying to work out what the hell I'm doing. Oh, if I didn't know better, I think it was dementia or something, but I know it isn't. It's just because I've been ill, and yeah, it just really affected my brain, this bug, so it's really not good. I don't have much of a brain when I started. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. So I hope you're all well. What are you working on? Oh, that's the other thing. I don't know if you heard that. That was my friend blowing her nose in the other room. I have started. Thank you for all the feedback. That was the other thing I wanted to say about the Facebook group. It was a unanimous yes for those of you that did reply on it. So I have started a Facebook group, which is basically designed for you to share whatever you've been making on. Doesn't matter if it's knit, crochet, or if you're a loomer, or even if somebody does spins yarn or whatever. As long as it's craft related, you're welcome to upload to that group, and I want it to be a place where it's supportive, not just what you create, but if you've got something that's going on in your life and you want a bit of support, then it's designed for that as well. So I will link that down below this video, and then obviously in future videos I'll make sure it's linked in the general links. The other thing is that I'm planning on taking my blog down. I'm not really uploading to the blog, to be honest. I keep forgetting I've got it, and I don't want to get overwhelmed with things. It's not really been craft related specifically either. It's just been sort of a general life thing, and I think I've only uploaded 3 times in about a year, so I'm going to actually at some point, I don't quite know when, but sort of once I'm feeling better, probably take the blog down, so then I can concentrate on the Facebook stuff. I am going to try and up my Instagram stuff, she says. That's the aim, is going to be Facebook and Instagram are going to be the things that I'm going to try and concentrate, particularly Facebook. Yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you're all well. What you're working on, come and share it in my Facebook group if you've got Facebook. I do love hearing what you're working on. I get really excited hearing about what you guys are doing, and it's a good way for me to get to know you. So please do comment down below, because that's the only way I get to know you guys. Otherwise you're just a name in the subscription list. And I want the channel to be more than that. I kind of want it to be about friendship as well. So I hope you're all well, and I think I've said that 3 times now. Yeah, it's definitely time to go. So remember, till next time, to stay well, happy crafting, and remember to stay true to yourself. Bye.